But when you meet one of the puppy raisers, even one of the first-time ones, they say even though it's a lot of responsibility to raise one of these guys, it's an experience that's life-changing. Now, when you go into many restaurants, you may see Blue Point oysters on the menu, but according to Chris, the ones grown here are really the only true Blue Point oysters. So even though Babylon Village is a destination because of its shopping and great restaurants, it doesn't have the space for large-scale development and affordable housing. Nassau County prepares to wield a big budget axe, cutting close to 200 jobs. Good evening, I'm Christina Regnault. And the White House is condemning the actions WikiLeaks has taken. Attorney General Eric Holder says a full criminal investigation is already underway. Now, the beauty of this vehicle is that it's not only better for the environment, but the cost to charge it is roughly a third of what it costs for a gallon of gasoline. Now, do you think Jeter will be back in pinstripes?
You know, I do.
Now, this is just the fifth time in the game's history that the jackpot has reached $300 million. If one winner takes a lump sum payment, it'll be $208.3 million. Now, what helped law enforcement in this case? NamUs, the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System, where law enforcement and even citizens can enter information about a missing person. Hundreds of drivers in western New York were left stranded on an interstate last night. Even though the Jets didn't make it this year, you can still enjoy the game in a nice comfy recliner and a big flat screen TV. I know I will. Well, thank you for joining us here tonight for the News 11. I'm Christina Regnault. The names of the nearly 3,000 people killed on September 11, 2001 surround the 2-acre-wide waterfalls in the footprints of the Twin Towers. The 9/11 memorial opened to the public today, but families of the victims were able to see it during Sunday's solemn remembrance.
We've had a long 10 years, and we've never received anything from our brother, so we don't really have a place to grieve. This is our place to grieve, and it's, while it's hard to be here, this is all we have.
Security remains tight even today in Manhattan with vehicle checkpoints. Sunday, visitors' bags were searched just blocks away from the ceremonies.
And my father, Ramon Suarez, 10 years ago, you made the biggest sacrifice, but with pride and honor.
Thousands came to Ground Zero along with both of the nation's two post-9/11 presidents to mark the 10th anniversary of the terrorist attacks.
God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear.
But not everyone goes down to Ground Zero. Families here at FDNY's Engine 54 in Midtown gather each year to pay their respects to those who were lost.
It's more personal and quieter than going down to Ground Zero.
The Pride of Midtown has a memorial of their own right across the street from the firehouse with the names of the 15 men who gave their lives to save others. One of them, Maureen's 36-year-old brother, Lenny Regalia.
They left this firehouse at 8:48 when they got the phone, when they got the call, and most of them were never recovered, so they're still there.
But not everyone who came to Lower Manhattan lost a loved one on 9/11. Chelsea Kiefer was in a Wisconsin classroom 10 years ago, but promised herself she would make it here one day.
I feel like it doesn't matter how old you are, this is a part of our history now, so it's definitely important to pay tribute.
And as the skies went black, light shone from the site of the Trade Center towers, a tribute in light. In Manhattan, Christina Regnault, TV 10 and 55 News. She's one of only 12 full-time forensic artists in the nation, and now Danielle Gruttadario is working on one of the most high-profile cases in Suffolk County Police Department's history. Yesterday, the department unveiled 2 of the 5 unidentified victims in the search for a serial killer or killers.
One was Caucasian and one was an Asian male. Given the weight and the height, I determined that the female was a small-framed female and that the male was an average-sized male.
How does Danielle begin to solve this picture puzzle? She first uses the skull of the victim, and with the help of her Bible, a book written by a fellow forensic artist, she figures out the curves and angles of the face using markers cut from pencil erasers. Then Danielle begins to put a face to a Jane or John Doe.
The photo lab photographs the skull, and I work from directly off of that photograph to do a drawing. It's almost like a tissue paper, tracing paper that I put over the photograph, and I work directly off of that.
Now for the woman sketch, Danielle says she did have some help because hair follicles were found with her remains, so she was able to tell the color, texture, and approximate length. But how about the hairstyle? Danielle says she got a little help from a yearbook.
I had to reference my own yearbooks for that because she did pass away in the year of 2000. And as we all know, hairstyles change.
So with a lot of hard work and assistance from other units, Danielle created this image for Jane Doe number 6, whose torso was found in Manorville in 2000, and some other parts were discovered near Cedar Beach back in April, and the Asian male who was also found in April near Gilgo Beach.
It feels amazing, and it will feel more amazing if they help identify these two particular victims, so this way loved ones could put their own situations to rest.
In Yaphank, Christina, Regnault, TV 10 and 55 News.